This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, some final thoughts, everybody. Firstly, we want to thank our expert guide, Diogo. We want to thank him for his expertise. He was a pleasure to listen to. He was respectful and courteous. So go to TripAdvisory and give him a 5-star rating. Thank you. What? Portugal Magic. I think over the last 2 days we realized there's a very big difference between Portugal and Spain, not just on a spiritual level, but even on a physical level. Most of us found that Portugal is quite a beautiful country. And is there any way to explain and account for this difference between Portugal and Spain? We also spoke about the Shiurim, not to return to Spain, whether there's basis for this or not. Regarding returning to Spain, there's a very interesting argument of Rav Herzog. Rav Herzog says it can't be worse than Mitzrayim, than Egypt, where the Torah says you're not allowed to return to Egypt, and the Rambam went to Egypt. So if Egypt, where there's an Isser in the Torah, and yet the Rambam went back, it can't be that Spain, which at most is a Cherem, then there must be some reason why it's permitted to go back. And in fact, the Chidah says as follows. The Chidah explains that he heard in the name of the Arizal himself that at first, of course, it was forbidden to go to Egypt. And the reason for that is Moshe Rabbeinu was told by Paroi, Loi soisifu oid ro'is panai. You're not going to see my face again. And Moshe said, that's right, I'm not going to see your face. And the Mekubalim explain that there's a reason for the phenomenon that when the Jewish people are in a galus, in an exile, when it ends overnight. They don't give us much warning. We don't have that much time to leave. And the reason is, our mission in the exile is to gather all the sparks of Kedusha, all the sparks of holiness that were scattered here from the time of Adam Arishan, from the time of Chorben. But once we're finished doing with our job, we have no further business in the country, like Reb Neil said over on Shabbos, and we're out and on to the next. However, says the Chidah, when we left Mitzrayim, we took out every last spark of Kedusha. Therefore, we have no more business in Mitzrayim. We can't go there. What's the purpose of going there? But says the Chidah, he heard from the Ari that once Yirmiyahu was exiled to Mitzrayim, so he put some more sparks of Kedusha there. Once he put sparks of Kedusha there, so now the Rambam was allowed to go back there, and now we're allowed to go back there, and the rest is history. I would venture to say, humbly, it's the same thing with Spain. When we left in 1492, we took everything with us. We took every last ounce of Kedusha. When the Jewish put 200,000 Jews, Barbanel writes, 300,000 Jews were expelled in 1492. Vayinatzlu es Sefarad. There's nothing left in the country. There's no Kedusha in the country. There's no Ruchnius in the country. There's no Gashmius in the country. Maybe when they made a Beis HaKnesses there, they inaugurated a yeshiva there. Maybe when Rabbi Vadia Yosef went there, he sprinkled in some Kedusha. So we had a few days of gathering in whatever was left. It seems that Portugal still has a couple more nitzaitzai, so therefore it's still a beautiful country, and it has good weather and good sunlight. In Spain, when the sun shines, it's not comfortable. In Portugal, when the sun shines, it's a pleasure.
It warms the heart.
It warms the heart. So
the Kedusha in us.
That's right. So it's the Chidah then writes that in everybody's personal mission and travels in life, where they go, some people stopped off in the coffee shop, some people went to the souvenir shop. Everyone has sparks of Kedusha that they personally need to gather in. So, no, we don't know why. There was an accident here. We didn't go to the lookout. We had to go to see Manuel's Palace. We had to go to see the limestone. There's a reason for that. We had to gather in some extra sparks on a different route. So wherever you go in life, whatever travels you make, wherever Hashem leads you, there's a reason for it, there's a purpose for it, and we try to elevate every footstep we take. It's been a pleasure being together with you. I thank everyone for your friendship. Until the next time, bracha v'hatzlasa Bracha v'hatzlacha l'shana haba b'Yerushalayim. Thank you very much.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.